top story is President Trump says that he is seriously considering. He said he's seriously considering striking on Iran. Obviously, the Iran war stuff is heating up as we speak. And, you know, I am definitely not in favor of this type of activities by any stretch of the imagination. But, unfortunately, war is very profitable, and that's just what it is. So, obviously, I seen a poll where they do not want the United States to get involved, but that is where things are standing right now. Okay, and let's get into the news and analysis for the day. The big thing that's happening right now is the stablecoin bill is being voted on right now as we are speaking. So this is at the Congress's desk right now as we are speaking. Okay, so this is going to be a big thing. This is going to usher in the dominance of the U.S. dollar, in my opinion. This is going to usher in the world adoption of cryptocurrency, and I think that there is definitely going to be in stages of this, if you will. So this is being voted on. It's supposed to have started at 4:30. I know that this is probably live right now, so we'll keep you guys updated on that as time goes on. Okay, so the other big thing that is happening right now is the JP Morgan has filed for a trademark JPMD. And again, it's so funny how things progress with this, because JP Morgan has been one of the biggest cryptocurrency haters known to man. So it's the old adage of first they hate it, then they laugh at it, then they scoff at it, and then they file for JPMD. So that is how things are going in the cryptocurrency market. We're seeing more and more institutional money. We're seeing more and more institutional legislation and posturing and positioning to really ramp things up. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. That is definitely a big deal in my opinion, but not a bigger deal than this story, which is Coinbase seeks the approval from the SEC to tokenize the stock market. To me, okay, this perhaps is one of the most revolutionary things and the sort of next wave that is taking place of merging the stock market onto the blockchain. And this appears like what Coinbase is doing. And listen, I'm not necessarily the biggest pro Coinbase fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that this is an obvious step to take of tokenizing the stock market, putting it on the blockchain, having real transparency, and more importantly, merging trillions and trillions of dollars into the stock market. But let me know. Should Coinbase be the front runner of this technology, or do you think it should be somebody else? Let me know in the comments below on that. Okay. And with that, let's get into the charts and the crypto. So let's get into that. All right. As of the time of recording, Bitcoin is currently sitting at $104,500. We've had a little bit of a pullback here. So we got all the way up to 108,000 yesterday, and then we pulled all the way back on a wick to 103,000. People are freaking out. It's just the emotional roller coaster continues. But in reality, if you just zoom out a little bit, I'm not zoomed out. I'm not like I'm looking on the yearly chart. I'm looking on the monthly chart. I'm looking on the daily chart. And the daily chart gives us a lot of perspective. It's barely a red candle. Okay. In fact, this candle right here very well could close green. We are, in fact, literally half of a percentage. It could do that while we're live of closing the day green. But if it closes the day red, so be it. It's not the end of the world. But what we can see is we're still on top of this range that we talked about yesterday, and we're still marching our way with higher highs and higher lows. Okay, I know. Listen, we're going to talk about this conflict. Okay, it's not good. I don't like war. It's the most evil thing that exists. However, two things can be true at one time. It is evil. There are no winners in war. These are all true statements. And war is good for the money printer. War is good for stocks. War is good for crypto. I wish it were not the case, but it is the case. And quietly, BlackRock is still continuing to accumulate. Okay, so they're still accumulating as we speak. Okay, so let me hide all this stuff so you guys can see. Bitcoin dominance is still just trending at the 702. It's kind of neutral right now. Really what we need is for Ethereum to continue to rise, and this will continue to pull that back. I did open up some longs when we got to 103,000. I put that in the Telegram. I added to my long on Bitcoin. I added to, I think, Link. ADA, I think I added to that. So I went shopping today during the dip while everyone else was freaking out. Okay, that's what I was doing. Let me know in the comments what you guys were doing. Speaking of Ethereum, currently, as of the time of recording, sitting at $2,513. And the same thing, it's the same story as Bitcoin, okay? If you zoom out just a little bit and get off the 1 minute chart, get off the 5 minute chart, you can see a clear picture. And the clear picture is every time we get to this level, this is support, and Ethereum will try to get its way back up to the top of the range again. And that's what I anticipate us to do. I anticipate Ethereum to bounce off of this range here, go to the top of the range at about 2,900, and then we'll see if we have enough gas or not. There is a scenario where Ethereum could pull back to 2,300, and that would be okay. But as of the time of recording, I am encouraged by Ethereum. I'm going to be adding to my position. I do have a limit order down here at 23.28. To me, that would just be a macro double bottom. On the 5 hour, it looks okay as well. And it looks like, again, we are finding support here. So we'll see how things close tomorrow in the next few days. But I anticipate cryptocurrency to continue to trend upwards into the 25th. And then I anticipate us to have a local top in that regard. The DXY is pumping today. But this is going to be a lot of... I'm going to pull this down here. So all of this, what was support, is, in my opinion, going to be resistance for the DXY. So that is $98 or 98.97. So the question is, are we going to come up here, get rejected, and come back down? That is what I anticipate, and that would bode well for everything that is measured in the US dollar. Okay. XRP, as of the time of recording, just barely did not quite put in a higher high. This is almost a double top, and we got a rejection, a hard rejection on the 5 hour, came all the way back again to the support. So this has been support for a long time, minimum back here since February, you could call it. But if you were to zoom out even more, we could find that this would be at play as well. But this has been at support since February, and I anticipate it to be support again. I've told you my downside targets. If they were to happen, I will be taking action at about $1.80. But ultimately, I expect XRP to find support here, go to the 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is about $2.43. Before just accumulating. So ultimately, XRP goes through these periods of long, boring, grueling times, followed by about 3% of really exciting or scary times. But about 95% of the time, XRP is grueling and boring. And trust me, I accumulated it for 5+ years. But as far as the markets go, there was a pullback today, and to me, I've said this, dips right now in this moment in time are for buying, so that is what I did. If you're watching the replay, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let me know what you're doing. And if you're watching live, let's get into your guys' questions, comments, and concerns.